Welcome to the Nerd News Podcast, starring Tyson Cox and Tyler Waltz. That's one high elf.
Welcome to Nerd News, you nerds. How we doing this week? I am Tyson Cox with
Tyler Waltz.
and that song was Beat Juice by Defense Mechanism. I think I forgot to give him a shout out last week, so I'm going to give him another one. That was Beat Juice by Defense Mechanism. That's how that works, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You miss one, you make it up?
I'm pretty sure.
All right,
or
cool.
you just say it twice.
Yeah, all right. How you guys doing out there in the nerd land, the nerd nation? How we doing, guys?
Hope you're doing good.
How are you doing over there?
I'm doing pretty good. I had a pretty good week. Went to a concert last night. Got to do a bunch of shit. It was nice.
Hell yeah. I am sleep deprived from
Yeah.
doing comedy and stuff. So it's good. Got my CDs in. So the album comes out soon, which is exciting. Anyways, what you been watching on Netflix?
So I just watched the Resident Evil series, and I was not happy. I was not happy at all.
Is it because they brought Blade into it?
Yeah, a lot of people were making fun of that. So I'm so tired of Netflix ruining existing like IPs.
Yeah.
Like, what is it about giving it over to Netflix for it to die? I don't get it.
It is unfortunate because like they are getting like Cowboy Bebop was
Awful.
My feeling. I know a lot of people have different feelings about said ruination of it, but mine is it just feels like they bought IP. They don't quite understand why fans like it, and they go, "We'll just make another generic thing."
Yeah, for sure. I have played every Resident Evil game, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend.
Ballistics.
Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like the original Resident Evil movies were masterpieces either.
No, they were great.
For the time, maybe.
Yeah, I liked them.
I also, they were fine to watch, but
Yeah.
what they did was that they did their own thing within like the world of Resident Evil.
Yeah.
It was very clearly its own thing.
Mm-hmm.
What the weird hybrid of the TV show did and the nonsense that it took to get there was wild to me.
Well, if you look at the game, it's puzzle zombie gun. Like that's the three things you need to know about. It's puzzle zombie gun.
Yeah.
And then it gets bigger and weirder.
Right. Every time it just gets bigger and weirder. And the thing to me is I went in with a really
get
open
it out.
mind.
There you go.
Well,
What do you mean?
I'm dancing delicately across this because if you look at the reviews are all the same and they're nonsense.
Yeah.
The people that are complaining and giving it low ratings are giving it low ratings for the wrong reason, right? Like Okay.
I don't think I like it. I don't think I need it.
Okay, cool. But so the people that are giving it bad reviews, are you done? Damn.
Sorry. The fun thing is I'm going to edit all that noise out, and that way you just look like an asshole.
But so the people that are giving it bad reviews are doing the same thing that every time Netflix releases something, they give the nonsense reviews of like, oh, they're changing the race of the characters, or they got their obligated, diversity in. And it's like, I don't give it I don't give a shit about any of that.
Yeah, I'm semi-pro it because like a lot of these things came out when representation didn't matter, and like I have friends that are like, it really meant a lot to me to see a version of me on the screen. So I'm pro that. Like I'm not mad about that at all.
For sure. I have zero issues with that in the slightest.
If it's done well.
Correct.
That's the other thing too.
I'm tired of them doing that and then making the stories shitty.
Yeah.
Like it seems like an injustice to do terrible stories.
Yeah.
Like,
again, they're not finding the core of why.
Correct. Yeah, they're not. They don't understand the why at all. They're going in simply for let's go as generic as possible to try and cast the widest net, and then nobody can latch onto it, and it's just not a good story.
It's like so in stand-up, Kyle Kinane had a line. He's like, "I'm willing to lose most of you to gain a few of you." That's because you really, really like something spoke to you as a person. Like Netflix is doing the opposite of that, where they're trying to get everybody, therefore getting nobody.
Yeah, for sure. Like I was the first episode of that Resident Evil series is really hard to watch because they literally just piled on as much as they could, as quickly as they could, and there wasn't really a story, and it was really weird. But then it started to come around in like episode 2 and 3, and like because they're building up that they're doing like a police state kind of thing. Like all the Umbrella employees live in an Umbrella city. It's like it's literally like
using Umbrella script.
Yeah, but
at the Umbrella Company store.
Well, back in the day, they had company cities where it's like you didn't get money. You got $4 or whatever. You know,
and it was horribly exploitive.
Yes, that is essentially what Umbrella's doing in this show. So I liked that overarching theory. Everything is hinged on the fact that Umbrella is always watching. Their security is incredibly good. And then in episode 4, with a phone voice recording of their dad and a flashlight, they break into the highest security building supposedly in the world. Yeah. It's like, that's not believable. That's not a good story. It's just these two like 13 to 15-year-old girls with a cell phone were able to get into the most top secret place of all time that they literally describe as Fort Knox.
I mean, one time that's believable. I got into the Pentagon with nothing but some breadsticks. So
right.
I was like, who ordered a pizza? And they're like, that's breadsticks. I was like, I meant breadsticks.
It's just it's nonsense. It's the nonsensical story around a good idea that drives me insane.
Yeah.
Like it's the same reason I hated the Death Note live action. I mean, there's hardly ever been a good anime live action, but it's like, let's take a really deep, intelligent character and make him a high school fucking idiot, and then just see what happens from there. It was terrible.
On the other side, Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, no.
Willem Dafoe is the
what?
Did you
have a stroke?
Shinigami. I couldn't remember the word. I read all of it. And I was like, what was that?
Yeah, no, Shinigami. Yeah. But like, I don't know. It's like they've got these nuggets of good surrounded by just shit.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating.
And it's not hard to find like fans of the series that are writers and whatnot. Yeah. It's not hard to find the reason why people liked the thing, because you can literally go back and ask a guy, be like, hey, why'd you like that? And they go, I liked this. And you're going, nice.
Yeah. Oh, man, I don't know what happened towards the end of that series, the Resident Evil one, but, like, they have the Umbrella Soldiers, which at first I was like, oh, they kind of got a cool upgrade, because if you play Resident Evil, they always had, like, the gas mask with, like, the SWAT uniform.
Yeah.
They made them, like, a hybrid between that and, like, ODST from Halo.
Okay.
I was like, okay, that's kind of cool, because it's supposed to take place in, like, 2040 or something.
Yeah,
I was like, all right, cool.
Military budget, gonna make those.
They look neat. The moment they zoom in on one, honestly looks like we could have made one better, because like they zoom in on a guy who's like panicked, and it's clearly the foam, like that cosplayers use.
Yeah,
and he puts it on. Nothing moves. It doesn't move. It doesn't fit onto nothing. He slips it on, and it goes and it like clicks in, and it's like it looks like foam, and the guns look like foam, and like you can tell that it was like. You remember back in like the late 90s, early 2000s when they didn't have like functioning guns, so it was just people shaking.
Oh,
and then they had the edited muzzle flash at the end.
Yeah,
it was that with foam guns, the foam helmet with like mechanical sounds post edited in. It was so it was weird. It was so odd to watch. Like I don't know what they're doing. It's so weird.
It's the budget, you know.
I guess, but the first half of the series, I don't know if they just went all out on that.
They're like, no one's going to get past episode 5.
Yeah, right. We really phoned it in after the girls broke into basically the Pentagon.
Which, like we had a bigger budget for a whole heist scene, but we ran out. But we did have a phone and a flashlight.
Yeah, right. Oh, man.
Well, thank you for joining us for Nerd Gets Mad at a Thing.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm so tired of series going to Netflix to die. It's so frustrating to me.
I do need this.
It didn't creak as much that time. There it is. Nice.
We'll edit that out.
Cool. What were we talking about at work yesterday? It was difficulty in video games.
Yeah.
Because the new Cuphead DLCs came out.
Came out, yeah. And I just beat Elden Ring. So I think we're on different sides of the fence on this, because you think you think that it's like just if they want to make it this difficulty,
yes,
which is fine. That's fine. I don't have time to get good. You know, I don't have time to get good.
I don't know. I think you do.
I know me and my thumbs. There's no get good in here.
I read an article when Dark Souls 2 came out, and it pops up every time there's a Dark Souls game.
Yeah.
And it's always, should there be difficulty in Dark Souls? And there was a guy, a YouTuber that just got a ton of shit because he said that if a game is not made for everybody, it shouldn't be made, which is ridiculous.
That is. Not everything has to be for everybody.
Correct.
You can just enjoy the thing you like.
Right. So if the series, if From Software is known for this type of game, I don't think anybody has the right to come in and say they should make this more for me. It's like this is clearly dedicated to a certain type of audience who has grown with the culture of this series.
Yeah.
Now, if you played Dark Souls 1 or I guess Demon Souls and you're like, man, that's insane, they really need to tweak that stuff, and they don't, then I guess you can complain about it.
Yeah.
To a certain light, but not everything needs to be catered to everybody.
So I'll agree with that. And my stance on it is, no, it does not need to come with a slider of like the well, actually, Wolfenstein was kind of a dick about theirs. We're like, baby bunny. And then it's like, man. You're like, all right, calm down, Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
But I do think that, and it's more of a shout out to the community, like the Dark Souls mod for, or Elden Ring mod on PC for an easy mode. I'd play that every day.
I guess it's frustrating. I don't like it.
I know you don't like it because you like that. You like that, like scrub. Better than you. Let me rub my nipples. You know, I like to stomp shit in a video game because it's a video game. I need to win at something.
But you can still do that. You leveled up to level like 600.
Well, found out I was level 140, but then I found a better rune exploit, so now I'm 180 again.
Right. So you can power level like that and beat the game easier.
Yeah.
There's nothing stopping people from leveling up like crazy and making the game easier.
Which I do enjoy. I know it's dumb. I know it's not like a cool thing, but I really enjoy exploiting a game.
I went through Dark Souls 1 recently at base level. I picked the hunter character, which uses a short sword and a bow. I didn't use any different weapons. I just went through with that exact class, and I just beat Dark Souls 1.
God, outside's not for you, is it?
Well, I don't know. I've played them so much that you kind of learn how they work.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm doing it with Bloodborne now.
Yeah. Well, Elden
Ring,
Ring,
much harder.
Elden Ring, I had to learn they had so many delayed, like, the guy's like, I'm going to get you. What?
In Bloodborne?
No, in Elden Ring. And then he's like, I'm coming down. No. Ah,
yeah, the fake outs.
I got you.
Gosh, you should play Sekiro.
No.
Gosh. Arguably, if I had to pick, like, a top 3 most difficult video games that I've, like, 100%ed, it would probably Sekiro would probably be second. Only to like most Fire Emblem games on maddening difficulty.
Okay, all right.
Like, and there's not even a good reward for Fire Emblem.
No,
like the background is green when you start up the game. If you beat it on maddening difficulty with no help, it's yellow. That's what you get.
That's objectively a worse color.
Yeah, it is.
Fight me, chat. Yellow is worse than green.
But yeah, no, Sekiro was super difficult. Arguably the most fun though.
Good. I do have what's your top 3 sexiest Muppets?
That's interesting. Top 3 sexiest? I don't know. I've never thought of them in a sexy way.
You have to.
They tried really hard with Miss Piggy though.
Wait, what?
I was never a Muppet kid.
Oh, you weren't?
I never really watched any of them except for the pirate one.
Okay, Treasure Island?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was when I was a really little kid. I couldn't even tell you the plot. I just remember I thought it was kind of weird.
Okay, all right. So I did want to ask you, are Muppets cryptids? That's what I want to know. I need to chat. You can weigh in the chat. Email us. You just let us know. Are Muppets cryptids?
As much as I would love to say yes, I don't think so. Because like a cryptid is, do they exist in a sense? You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like the Muppets aren't animals.
They're not.
Right. So no? Like there's no mystery to whether they exist. They're
okay.
right?
But they're like a creature.
They are a creature, but we know they don't exist because we fabricated them.
But in the Muppets world, where they exist and walk around.
In the Muppets world.
Yeah. Because, like, we could probably have a bunch of Bigfoots and Chupacabras if we just weren't so judgmental, you know?
Right.
How great you're just walking down the street and there's a whole goat milk bar, and then you're just like, someone's just eating a goat, just really sucking that goat dry. Non-sexually.
Right, yeah.
I left the sex back at the Muppets.
Yeah. I guess in their universe, yeah. I would think so.
Yeah?
They're not... Isn't a cryptid, though, like an animal of sorts? Like, are the Muppets based on animals? They're not, right?
Big Bird?
That's not a Muppet.
Miss Piggy?
All right, that one is, yeah.
Kermit the Frog?
Yep. I was
Rizzo the Rat?
Okay. See, I only knew Kermit and Miss Piggy.
Swedish Chef?
He's a dangerous cryptid.
Orga, borga, 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 borga. You're just camping and you have to run from just hands and a mustache.
I almost made a joke, but I didn't know if it was okay. I thought about it, and I was like, probably should
All
not.
right, email us for whatever that joke was.
Yeah, no.
That way you can get it in writing.
I think there was a controversy a long time ago about meat coming from either Italy or France that had horse in it.
Oh, yeah.
So I was going to make a joke relating to that, but I didn't want a bunch of emails that were like, that was this other country. And
oh, okay.
I just made an error, an oopsie.
Yeah, made a oopsie.
Yeah. But I would say, yeah, some of them would be cryptids. Right?
So I like that. I like that some are. Some
Right.
aren't.
I mean, if the Italian chef, no, that's just a person.
It's the Swedish chef. His name is the Swedish chef.
Whatever.
The Italian chef. You guys remember the Italian? It's pasta mazzuli.
Yeah, I don't know. I never watched the Muppets. And then who are the two dudes that just shit on everything in a balcony?
Statler and Waldorf.
Yeah, I always liked them.
Of course you did.
A big fan.
Of course you
of
did.
them. I liked what people did with them on the internet.
Rule 34?
No.
Oh.
No.
I thought you said you didn't know any sexy Muppets.
No, there was a big meme for a long time where they would take them but edit their own voices in to talk shit about stuff that they wanted to talk shit about.
Oh, that's fun. I haven't seen that.
That was way back in the day. That was like old school memes.
Oh, man. I'm going to have to steal that for TikTok.
Yeah.
Because that's what we do now.
But yeah, I would say any of them based on animals would probably be a cryptid, yeah.
Okay.
I think that's a safe bet. What about you?
No, we're not here to talk to me.
No.
No. I don't. So I was just, it's such a wild. I've thought too much about Muppets in my life. Because
we can tell.
Top 3 sexiest. Jason Seagull.
Wait, Jason Seagull.
He's a big Muppets guy.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
He was in the
I
new
knew he
ones
was a martial arts master.
No, that's Jason Statham.
No. Oh, wait. Are you saying you said Jason Seagull, right?
No, that's Steven Seagal.
Oh, my gosh.
Marshall from How I Met Your Mother.
From
Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Okay. I know from Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
I gotta look. I gotta make sure we're saying his name right.
I did not like How I Met Your Mother. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, Jason Seagal. Yeah.
Okay. I did not know that was his name. I genuinely thought you were talking about Steven Seagal. That's on me. That's on me.
Now I want to watch Steven Seagal run around Muppet Island just doing that fake hip like motion tosses that he does. Have you seen the videos of him?
It's wild.
If you guys haven't had the chance to check out American Trader Steven Seagal do these demonstrations.
Yeah, it's wild. It's clear how fake it is and the amount of people that buy into it. I don't know if I feel bad for them because, like, they're clearly being duped.
Yeah.
But how dumb do you have to be to get duped by that?
It's a hard line. Like, they need, like I get needing something to believe in, but
yeah,
Steven Seagal?
Yeah,
like, he doesn't even seem convinced by his own bullshit.
Yeah, have you ever seen him run?
No, because look at him. He doesn't run.
Well, he doesn't now.
Oh,
but if you look, just everybody, please do yourself a favor. Just get on YouTube and type in Steven Seagal running, and it'll be amazing. It's incredible.
Are we able to pull that up?
I don't think we have the ability to at the moment.
No.
Also, it'd probably get copyright struck because there's music.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can't watch it without the good sounds.
Yeah, right. Well, he does this thing where he's very like stiff. So, and when he runs, his arms do pinwheels. So he just runs like this, and it's great. It's amazing.
I gotta look this up.
It's great.
But it is, if you guys don't know, Steven Seagal is a real piece of shit. So
Yeah.
you should look him up. There's a good podcast, Behind the Bastards, that has one of them.
Oh, okay.
About it.
Watch his newest movies
Or
because
don't.
they're comedies.
I love that he's taking himself so serious.
He does.
And he's in the worst things.
Yeah, there was this one movie where he's like some like military. He's like a military man, right? And they're breaking into this mansion to save somebody.
Oops, I typed Steven Seagal rubbing. Don't want to watch whatever that is.
Arguably a better video. But he's in this mansion trying to save somebody or something like that. But he's hiding behind pillars, like the classic, like, oh, and then peek out and shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Except when he's hiding, his gut is hanging out the pillar. Like, they didn't even try.
What is wrong with his arms?
See? It's pretty great. Yeah, no, it's a weird pinwheely thing. Like, I don't understand it. It's great though. It's so funny.
He runs like a Muppet.
He does. Yeah. 100%.
New question: is Steven Seagal a Muppet?
And this whole conversation came from the fact that I didn't know who that How I Met Your Mother guy was.
Yeah, Jason Segel. Yeah.
Yep. Are they related?
I hope not. I mean, nepotism's a part of Hollywood.
Yeah.
That's why we're not famous already.
Correct. Yeah, that's the only reason.
That's it. That's all it is.
It's not the talent.
No, it's not the talent. It's not the fact we started out a month ago.
Yeah, right. But no. Okay, so let's wheel it back in.
Like, let's pinwheel it back in, like Steven Seagal's arms.
Right, the guy from How I Met Your Mother. Did you like How I Met Your Mother?
At the time, it was enjoyable, but then I don't think it aged well at all.
I didn't like it at the time. I didn't find it was too formulaic. I knew what was going to happen. Once I saw one episode, I didn't need to watch the rest of the series.
Okay, well, not everyone's as smart as you, Tyler.
It's the formula was kooky story. Like the Neil Patrick Harris's character is going to do something wacky about a girl or in reaction to a girl, and then it's going to wrap up wholesome at the end.
Yeah.
Like, once I've seen it once, I don't really feel the point of keep going.
Well, it's just like House. You know what I mean? House was very formulaic.
I didn't watch that either.
But because it's not for you.
Yeah, no,
you know,
for
it's
sure.
Not, it doesn't have to be for you. Just said the game, and I just storm out.
No, I'm not saying I needed to like it. It's just I didn't like it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it at the time. I enjoy the theories a lot more about it, where it's like, because people would dive in and be like, okay, all of the characters are actually just Ted. Like different aspects of Ted. You're like, oh,
which one was Ted?
He was the main character.
Okay, cool.
He was the motherless.
Right. I heard it ended horribly.
It ended weird.
Because didn't he end up with the different girl instead of the one that everybody thought since the beginning?
They kept doing switcheroos right at the very end.
Okay.
Where like Neil Patrick Harris and Robin get married, and then they don't get married or something like that, and then Ted has a kid, has the kids with this other lady with the yellow umbrella. But then Ted's married to Robin at the end. It's one of those things where it's like, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I've never really gotten that invested in those kinds of shows.
But weirdly enough, you love How I Met Your Father with Miley
Is that a
Cyrus.
show now?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Not Miley Cyrus.
So what? Just another ripoff of?
Just another remake of a thing.
Oh my gosh! You were looking up earlier that on a list of 10 series coming out, there wasn't a single one that wasn't Disney or a remake.
Basically, yeah. It was insane because it was like the Marvel I get because at least it's new stories, but it's Marvel. Let's see, Hilary Duff is in How I Met Your Father.
Oh, okay.
But it was like
we're in desperate need of new ideas in like the cultural zeitgeist.
Yeah, I think in the cultural zeitgeist, I think is the important way to put that because there are good ideas out there. They're just they don't get enough sunshine.
Right. They're like, well, this could make a bunch of money.
But because
this remake is going to make X amount of money plus potential money.
Mm-hmm.
It's so frustrating.
Yeah, they're redoing League of Their Own, which I'd
never even heard of until you told me about it.
because I mean it's empowering movie. It's for like bringing up like but I don't think it needs to be a show.
Okay.
Because A League of Your Own, if you guys don't know what that is, it was a Tom Hanks starred with Rosie O'Donnell and a bunch of other really talented women back in like the late 90s, I think, early 2000s, somewhere in there.
Okay.
It's gonna be like 1970. I'm like, I'm way off. But it was about like all lady baseball team and like the hurdles they overcome. So I understand the story is very good, but I don't think it needs to be remade because it's gonna have too much of a cash grab feel to it now.
Yeah.
Like where people are going to need these other things. They're going to heighten X and Y just to make it more like, whoa, versus just like very real people going through more,
Unless it's so dated to the point where none of the references make sense, I think a remake is always a bad idea.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, what was it called? With
Avatar, with Dances with Wolves.
Right. No, was it The Hateful Eight?
I liked Hateful Eight.
With Denzel Washington and Chris Pratt? Or was that The Sinister Seven? There was a weird time where it was like the Something Six, The Sinister Seven, and they were all different things.
The Hateful Eight was Tarantino with Samuel L. Jackson.
Okay.
Then there was the Adam Sandler movie.
No.
The Slappy Six or whatever.
Definitely not talking about that one.
No?
I'm talking about the one with, I believe it was Denzel Washington, Chris Pratt, had Ethan Hawke in it.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I watched it, didn't know it was a remake, went back and watched the original, needed a remake.
Yeah.
Because it was like an old 50s, 60s Western.
Yeah.
That it was good at the time. Like, it was a fun watch, but so much better now. Like, what they redid with it, phenomenal. Like, once it gets to that age, you can almost justify it because there's enough new ideas with the overarching appeal of the show to justify it.
Yeah. Well, that's why a lot of people don't know this. That's why Disney is redoing all of their old cartoons in live action because Walt Disney wants all of the stories that were made back in the day to constantly be remade in the most up-to-date format.
Yeah.
So if we get like a weird a fully immersive interactive thing, we're going to get another Jungle Book. We're going to get another, all of those.
I don't think any of the live action.
Yeah, that is
Disney
a weird way to phrase it too.
Yeah, because it's all CGI.
Yeah.
Like the Lion King. They were like live action Lion King. I was like, I don't see a single person in this.
It's cool. Live action sounds better than computer cartoon.
Yeah. I don't know. And the live action, the newer Lion King wasn't bad.
Okay.
But the nostalgia I had for the original was just so high. There was no way. There was no way to compete. And it's not even a situation where the old one doesn't hold up. Because stuff in the 90s, some of the stuff in the 90s, a lot of the words that they use. But for a lot of kid shows like The Lion King, fine. I feel like you can go back and watch a lot of 90s and early 2000s cartoons, and they still hold up just as good.
Yeah.
Like, I think Tarzan to this day is one of the best cartoons ever made. I love it. The music is incredible.
Bro, Phil Collins went hard.
Yeah. But yeah, when it comes to the live action stuff, we didn't need a live action Tarzan. It wasn't good. It wasn't good at all.
No.
I mean, a lot of ladies like that one dude because he was super hot.
Yeah.
But which is fine.
I can't wait for women to discover porn. We're gonna get a lot of less Magic Mikes made.
Oh man. But yeah, no, just a lot of them hold up. I don't really see the point in remaking stuff unless it's ancient. If it's ancient, go for it. I mean,
yeah. So you think there's it's weird that we're getting a Lord of the Rings series when we had the Lord of the Rings movies, and those were done phenomenally.
Yes.
And that was only 20 years ago.
Something like
really?
that.
Was it 20? Oh god.
I don't think the TV show's not a remake.
Okay.
It's not going to be the movies redone. It's an original story.
Okay.
But
I'm more okay with that.
I am too. I still think it's going to be bad.
Well, that's always a chance.
Yeah, it's a good chance.
Yeah.
They're not good at holding faithful to what fans liked. They're going to do something to alter the events of the movies that's going to upset people.
Yeah, you can't. But
that's where they mess up.
Well, you can't change the book of the. You can't alter the book of the movie,
right?
The book especially.
Yeah, but it's always the fastest way to kill a series that is a continuation is to show you that all the old characters were wrong or were actually doing something bad. As soon as you demonize old characters, you've lost all the people that love those movies.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, suddenly the guy that I love is wrong? Like, fuck you.
I can't wait for them to, like, just get on a subway, like, all the way there. Like, wait, what? Like, yeah, Frodo, he was just allergic to public transit.
Yeah.
They're like, you got to wear shoes. And he's like, I'm a hobbit.
Right. Well, there's already the meme that they should have just flown the Eagles.
Well, you couldn't have just flown the Eagles.
Right.
If they explained that.
For sure.
I can't remember what the explanation is that someone else told me. That's now my opinion.
Oh, man. But I don't know. Where were we going with this?
I don't know. This is just nerd gets mad for an hour. That's what That's what we are today.
Is there anything exciting? Oh, sorry. I remember where I was going with this. It's what they did with the Obi-Wan series.
Mm-hmm.
They not completely. They fucked up the canon.
Okay.
He meets Leia before the events of episode 4. But if you watch episode 4, when she sends the distress signal to try and get to Obi-Wan, she's like, I've heard stories about you. And it's like, that doesn't make sense now.
No.
You've altered the events of the timeline to the point where you've now created a huge plot hole.
Yeah.
And
well, I've heard stories that I would tell myself about that time that I met you.
Yeah. And it leaves off the fact that when Obi-Wan and Vader meet, there's that whole like, you're alive. And it's that big meeting. They meet in the show and part ways. So now you're expecting me to believe that Darth Vader knew Obi-Wan was alive, but now there's just this gap in him not pursuing any further after the Inquisitors.
Yeah.
And he just thought he died over time between it. Just they've ruined.
That's a lot of work to go after.
Yeah. So unless they do a season 2, which they might, I mean, it's Disney, they want that money.
Money.
To explain it, they've created so many plot holes that just don't make sense now.
Well, to explain it, they're gonna have like Vader get hit in the head.
Yeah, so funny would that be? He's just on a planet looking for Obi-Wan, and a big rock hits him, and he's like,
"Oh,
the hell am I doing here?" Oh man,
was I here to get tacos?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. But yeah, no, just. That's how you ruin.
I'm imagining how he's in a helmet, but it's not a very good helmet.
I mean, you've seen the Stormtrooper armor.
Yeah, but I'm imagining it's like what I always thought when I had like a cheap knockoff toy.
Right.
Nope. Accurate representation. It's just made of that crinkly plastic.
It's all for show, just to be scary. Well, and I was watching a guy break down the Obi-Wan series because I had a lot of questions about it, which I love Star Wars. Mm-hmm. And he put it extraordinarily well. He said the brief moment in Rogue One where he appears on the ship and he just decimates that. He's literally in the movie for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
That did so much more for Darth Vader than the entire Obi-Wan series.
Yeah.
Because it kept him mysterious, it made him the biggest badass, and it was over.
Yeah, like I have chills remembering it right now because it came in just like you're watching it and there's real fear in their eyes. Like the guy at the door, like I gotta get the key out, and he's just like whomp whomp whomp, boom boom boom, and you're like, oh my god,
amazing. But like he said that a 30-second scene shouldn't do more for a character than a show that's kind of based around the character. Yeah, I mean it's obviously based around Obi-Wan, but it's
where would you get that idea from?
Yeah.
But I think you need to leave the mystique on characters. Like I know some people are mad about Book of Boba Fett because I liked in Mando how they gave him some story.
Yes,
enough to be like, okay, he's still like
Dad bod Boba Fett was amazing.
Just wrecking house.
Yeah,
like I was like, oh, that's amazing. That made me go, this character deserves all the hype he got.
Yeah.
But then I heard some people didn't like.
And they got the original actor, which was great.
Yeah.
Because obviously he looked as old as he should be when he did the Clone Wars.
Yeah, I need to watch Book of Boba Fett, though.
Yeah. I do, too. I haven't heard great things, but...
I need to watch it. Well, I heard... Yeah, whatever. All right, let me hear... This is the rumor mill. Yeah. Rumor mill about a show that's out that I could look at.
Yeah, just like the real news.
Nerd news.
Man. But yeah, so I don't know. I hope they do good with the Lord of the Rings. I don't have high hopes.
Yeah.
I almost go into everything like that pessimistically now. That way I'm either not disappointed or pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to because we've been burnt so many times.
Yeah.
But let us know what you think out there. Give us a message. What do you think about the new Lord of the Rings coming out? What do you guys think they're going to do with it?
Yeah.
And all that fun stuff.
Oh, well, we got Star Wars on the mind. Did you see that there's now like a monthly Star Wars box subscription?
Yeah, it's called Disney Plus.
Yeah, no. No, you got a good point there. No, it's like one of those like
Loot Crate back in the day.
Yeah, or I think Nintendo has one where it's like random things. There's a horror one.
Yeah, there's a ton of them now. I think Loot Crate was the original or like one of the early ones.
There's like Box of Awesome.
There's Man Box now. There's one that's like we'll send you some knives. Like I don't what. Yeah, just $4 a month, you'll give you a machete.
Yeah. Oh man, that's not bad.
And it's like always like a machete and a whiskey stone and beard oil.
So my favorite thing about that is they're clearly marketing to people that don't quite understand how pricing works, right? Because it's like for $40 a month, you get $92 worth of stuff.
Yeah,
that company wouldn't exist. That is a lie. That's not how math works.
No.
You're getting $15 worth of stuff that if you bought individually in a store would be $92.
Yeah.
So you're still saving money. It's just very ingenuine.
So when I got Loot Crate, I stopped doing it. I liked the T-shirts, and every now and again they had like a little statue or something that I liked.
Gotcha.
I had to stop doing it because it was always like, I paid $20 a month.
Yeah.
And I kind of like this shirt.
Yeah.
And I kind of throw everything else away or give it away or whatever. So I'm like, this is not a value.
And I want to make it very clear. I'm not shitting on necessarily the boxes or the people that get those boxes. Like, I genuinely thought about doing the horror one because I was like, oh, that's cool. There's not a lot of horror stuff. It's hard to find. If I can just get some cool horror stuff, that's great. It's the oversaturation.
Yeah,
it's like it's like we had Netflix and now we have Hulu, now we have Disney Plus, and now we have Amazon. Like, you know, it's cool when it first starts out, and then everybody's like, "Hold on,
there's money, there's gold in them hills."
Yeah, exactly. It's just the oversaturation where it's like, okay, I'm buying 3 or 4 of these subscription boxes for what am I going to use from them?
Yeah,
you know?
Like I was doing Stitch Fix for clothes.
I heard about that. I heard a lot of people really liked it.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah. So that was you picked out clothes?
You kind of get a stylist or whatever, and then they will mail you stuff.
Okay.
But it is like $200 a month.
Whew.
And it's good clothes, and it's some styles I wouldn't have normally bought. But,
and if you can return the clothes,
whatever
to
you
get
don't want,
money back.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You don't have to keep everything. But I was like, I could just. Because it would be the same thing. I would get like
clothes.
Yeah, I can go to like a store I don't normally go to and buy nicer shorts.
Yeah,
I just need a friend with style to take me by the hand and be like, "This is what adults do, Tyson."
So this is hilarious. So you haven't really known me like before I was with Macy, right?
Sure, yeah.
So my clothes was exclusively jeans and a t-shirt, much like the t-shirt that I'm wearing.
I was like,
now.
oh, you've changed so much.
Right.
You're in khaki or you're in cargo shorts.
Yes. Right. But
sorry about my voice this week. I had a lot of shows. I've been yelling a lot.
It's just worse than usual. It's fine. But now in higher quality. But like when she moved in, she was like, you keep talking about wanting to do so she would just like buy shirts and she's like, here, wear this on stage. And I'm like, oh, thanks for buying me a cool shirt. She's like, well, I've heard you talk about nothing but trying to do nerdy or cool or 80s themed stuff, and you're trying to get that kind of audience. So here's some shirts to wear on stage. That way people look at you and see, oh, nerdy 80s stuff. And I'm like, holy shit. How did I not put this together? So now I have this whole wardrobe of just dope shirts that Macy has found for me.
You do have some pretty cool shirts.
Yeah. Like, would I have ever thought of that on my own? No. And it's the whole brand I'm trying to create.
Do you have a favorite shirt now?
Do I have a favorite shirt? Yes. Probably my Shadow Academy shirt.
Shadow Academy?
Yes. Just because I'm such a big fan of Dan.
What are your guys' favorite shirts out there? Like, give us... I genuinely want to know, because I have a favorite shirt. It's not this one. It's close though. I do like this Mothman shirt. But like it's a Devils Make 3 from a band. I just like it. And to tell us like what's your favorite shirt and why? Because it's not necessarily just what's on it. It's also like how soft it is and stuff like that. Like, let us know. Like, let us know. I really want to take pictures, tag us in the comments and Instagram and whatnot.
Yeah. Why is that your favorite shirt?
It was a good memory. I like that it's brown. Like, a lot of shirts are black nowadays. I like that it's brown, and also it's just like a neat design and a band I like.
Nice.
So it's like a lot of things on it, and it's soft.
Right on. That's kind of the same reason I like the Shadow Academy one. I'm such a big fan of Ninja Sex Party and Dan Avidan specifically. I love that guy. Look at my hair, and you can just assume that I am a fan of his.
Yeah.
And when he announced this new project that wasn't comedy music, it was serious music, I knew I was going to support it 100%. And I was so glad when it actually turned out to be a banger album. And now
I'm begrudgingly like, yeah, it's got some good songs.
Amazing.
It's pretty good.
I'll wear that shirt like every 2 or 3 days, and inevitably somebody will be like, oh, that's a cool shirt, because it is a cool design. Yeah. I think I've worn it on this show before. And I'm just, the reason it's my favorite is because I can talk to people and get them in on that thing. Like, I was at the Black Keys concert in Indianapolis last night, and I had 3 people come up to me and be like, oh, that's a cool shirt, man. What is that? And I just got to tell 3 people about my favorite person that is in the band.
After 40 minutes with each person, they're like, I missed the show.
Right, yeah. But yeah, so being able to promote stuff that you really like is a big factor in it for me. Like, it's my favorite shirt because I'm bringing awareness to something that, to me, more people need to know about.
Good, yeah. I mean, and that's the best way to be a fan. So, like, if you guys like us, tell some people about it.
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of telling people about stuff, you got anything coming up you want to tell the people about?
Probably the same thing I've been talking about the last week or two. My round 2 at Helium in downtown Indianapolis is August 1st, so please come see that. And I will be performing at your album release show. Yeah. And the dog show, August 5th. 4th. August 4th.
Yeah. So, yeah, you got a lot of cool stuff coming up. I'm hosting at Summit City on the 21st for my buddy Sean Patrick Moore. He's funny. Then I have my Helium contest to the 27th, which if you guys come out, that'd be absolutely fantastic because I need some butts and seats to do the popularity contest part of the contest. Then I'll carry myself with my own comedic genius for the next round.
Tyson.
But then on the 29th, I am doing an album release party at Black Circle Brewery, 8 p.m. I got the CDs officially in. They look cool. They sound great. So please come out to that. And if you can't do it, or you know people that like comedy in the area, just tell them about it. You should also tell people about this podcast. And it's the Gmail is the Nerd News Channel at Gmail.
At gmail.com.
Also,
for your album release party, I had a couple people asking me, is it a ticketed event?
Yeah, $10 at the door.
Okay.
Cool. But I will have Defense Mechanism doing some DJing. I'll be doing some stand-up. There'll be a cartoon. It's going to be a really fun evening. Yeah. So come out, check out those things. And if you enjoyed us, remember to like and subscribe. I know it's a soundbite you hear all the time, but we need you guys. And if you know a nerd, tell them about it. We got the news. Yeah. For sure. And please comment stuff you want us to talk about. If there's something that you think we could do a funny spin on, like our shorts for the Nerd News, let us know. We love to read the comments and respond to people. It's great. Yeah. Thanks, everybody.